right
welcome
now.
everybody to, what is this, the 8th, 7th, whatever,
20th, actually.
We don't even know what
the
show
257th
it is.
episode of Arkham
Actually,
Podcast.
I just want to point out before we start, they gave me crap for not knowing the number, and now you screwed up.
Because
Yep,
I haven't
it's
been
all
here
your
in 2
fault.
weeks, so
Damn it,
We let you
Greg.
bitch at everything.
I am your host, Greg Alvarez.
Watch for the week goes to Greg.
I am
I
your
am
host,
back.
the man they call Ghost.
I'm
I'm a
sorry. Okay,
Damn racist.
piece of shit.
Start over, man.
I'm
Let's
a
start.
goddamn piece of crap.
okay. I am sorry for not being here last week, and I'm sorry for leaving you guys with Mike. But I have made my return
He was
back.
busy pleasuring men in a bathroom.
I was
He was.
busy in Vegas watching Carlos Santana in concert, but I am back this week to
How'd you get
introduce
those tickets?
everybody. This is the Arc of Wrestling crew. We are joined with Strike,
Yo.
Jimmy,
Yo.
Jonesy,
Yo.
Hunter,
Hello.
and your host from last week, Mike.
I'm boycotting.
Okay.
You're an occupied gay
Alright,
streak.
alright.
Occupy Arc of Wrestling.
The Survivor Series pay-per-view had just finished, and
We should probably start with Raw. Just a
we
suggestion.
We are going to start with Raw actually this week. We start out with Raw with Michael Cole starting his Michael Cole challenge with JR. Pretty much it ends up being who weighs less, and Michael Cole brings out a scale.
Complete waste of
Michael
time.
Cole weighs in at 200 pounds. Ross weighs in at 239, which
It's
is
pretty sad
surprising
that
on
there's
it.
only- That's pretty sad that there's only a 30-pound difference.
I know, right?
I thought he was heavier, or maybe they're just screwing with the weight. I don't know.
I thought Michael Cole would at least be like.
Well,
180,
actually, you forgot to
190.
say that JR beat him in arm wrestling and a dance off.
You just never actually gave him the time to say, so shut your face.
But that was last week, or that was like 2 weeks ago, wasn't
That was
No.
last week.
it? Was that this week?
Yes, it
Yeah.
was.
Okay.
All that was this week.
No, those were replays, dude.
No,
It
it wasn't a replay.
No, they replayed the arm wrestling thing like 10 or 20 times during
Okay.
the
Yeah.
span.
But the arm wrestling thing actually happened Monday, as well as
Yeah.
dance cough, as Hunter likes to say.
Okay, well, pretty
It's okay.
much, JR loses. He's about to walk out, and then Punk comes in, and he messes around with Cole. Laurinaitis comes out, saying Punk's gonna be punished. He says that he has a lot of Twitter followers, and they want to see the challenge. Punk is like, screw Laurinaitis. Laurinaitis says he cares about his Twitter followers. Laurinaitis comes out, Big Show, announces Punk and Big Show versus Henry and Del Rio for tonight, and wishes Punk good luck. Cole starts laughing at Punk, and they look at each other, and then Cole demands that Punk says sorry just to everybody. Punk looks at the camera and smiles at Cole, goes on wanting an apology. Punk lays out Cole with a headbutt and puts him in the Anaconda Vice. And there was a big smile on my face after that.
At least this time Michael Cole would get the Anaconda Vice right.
I know, right?
Because, calling it wrong during Money in the Bank. What's up with that?
What's up with that?
What's up with that? Okay. Sin Cara and Kofi Kingston versus Cody Rhodes and Hunico. It's genius that they threw Kofi Kingston. No. Evan Bourne was lucky to get suspended right before Survivor Series, so Kofi could have matches against the opposing Survivor Series team. So it doesn't look like Evan Bourne was just, got released, and then the titles have nothing to, Kofi Kingston can't go for anybody. So pretty much the winner of that match was Hunico and Rhodes.
Actually, they're pronouncing it Unico. The H
Unico.
is silent now.
Which is
They're saying the H is silent now, so
which pisses
we're
me
no
off
longer calling Unico.
because when they pronounce Sin Cara, they call it Sin Cara.
Mm-hmm.
which is just like it sounds like a white man saying it. Which it is. Michael Cole is a white man.
That's racist.
Michael
How
Cole
dare
is
you.
white?
You
Is he?
racist
Oh, no.
bastard.
Good observation, Greg.
Thank you.
But he's married to a Mexican woman.
Hey, I'm Cuban, so fuck you. Anyway,
Yeah, but
Venezuela.
it's pronounced Unico, not Hunico.
fuck you. It's Hunico.
It's Unico.
Hunico.
Daniel Bryan.
Hey, maybe we'll get that right this week.
I will.
Let's
Hey,
carry
it
on.
went smoothly last week.
It did.
Well, this is coming from the guy who says Turkey.
Hey, I pronounced it correctly.
In Starburst.
Now shut the fuck up.
Not pronounce it correctly.
Let's move on.
Anyways, Vicky comes out and says Christian was injured on the European tour and announces that Dolph Ziggler will be taking his place on Team Barrett. And Dolph Ziggler, once again, for 2 months in a row, is going double duty at a pay-per-view, which is probably getting a lot of, a good vibe or
Perfection, that's why.
from Vince and everybody. The fact that he will go out and go double duty. Sorry everybody, we're having some technical difficulties. We should be fine now. Let's start with what happened with Vicky. Vicky came out and announced to everybody that that Christian was injured during the European tour, and Dolph Ziggler will be replacing him at Survivor Series. And this will be the second month in a row that Dolph Ziggler will be doing double duty at a pay-per-view, which will, I personally believe, is giving him some good vibes from backstage. I think Vince is looking at him doing these double duties, and I think is liking that he's taking the opportunity to wrestle.
Because he is perfection.
Oh, definitely.
I am perfection.
I want to say that when Dolph Ziggler made his debut a couple years ago, I hated him. I hated his name.
Was this before or after the Spirit Squad?
Would you prefer him to be called Nikki?
This was after. I honestly didn't know.
Nicky!
When I saw Dolph Ziggler, I didn't even know that he was part of Spirit Squad. Because I didn't look at their faces. I kept on looking at their outfits they were wearing. I couldn't really distinctly tell between all of them. But
That's pretty sad.
I know, no, I understand that. But when Dolph Ziggler came out, he was doing that thing where he's walking backstage and he was like, "My name's Dolph Ziggler. My name's Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler."
Hi, my name's Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, like it pissed me off to the point where I couldn't watch him when he was on.
That's kind of gay.
It
Okay.
is. But it kind of makes me happy now that he's doing this double duty, because hopefully they'll look at Ziggler and probably even push him a little bit later, probably after WrestleMania.
Yeah, but why doesn't he have the world title yet?
Well, he's already had the world title.
Well, a world title in general.
Because he is the head guy in the mid card division.
But it's pretty
I think
sad when
yeah, exactly. They're trying to ease some people in to fill the void. I think they're easing in Mason Ryan. They're easing in Zack Ryder. Hopefully, they're going to start easing in people like Drew McIntyre and Alex Riley to take that spot, so we don't have to.
Why Alex Riley? He's so bland.
I want Alex Riley to return with his jock gimmick. I think he was a lot better as a heel, and I think he would be a lot better as, he wore the varsity jacket, he was ready,
But then they'd be ripping off TNA, and that's just sad.
Who was TNA?
Jesse Sorenston.
Well, fuck him. Who cares about him? He sucks.
Wearing the varsity jacket started with the Steiner brothers, so nobody's ripping off anything from TNA.
Yeah.
Because the Steiners always wore the University of Michigan jackets. So, Nobody's ripping Jess. Who cares about Jesse Swornston? Nobody.
Anyways, let's move on to the match that was Dolph Ziggler and Mason Ryan.
You mean Batista?
Batista Ryan.
Batista
Mason.
2.0.
Mason Batista.
It's
I thought it was
Britista. Britista, because he's British.
No, he's
Because
well.
he's Welsh.
Walish, British,
Welsh.
they're UK, they're the same thing.
No, they're not.
Yep.
Yeah, ask a Welsh person if they want to be called British.
I will.
I doubt
Yeah.
they do.
I kind of had made that mistake once and called a Welsh person British, and they didn't like it too much.
No, they
I
actually
don't think they would.
they
didn't
hate
like
it.
it.
They hate it.
Yeah, I was told never to call her British again.
Anyways, Vicky slaps Mason Ryan, making Mason Ryan win by disqualification,
Yay.
which causes John Morrison to run down to the ramp and throw Ziggler into the ring. Ryan locks Ziggler into the full Nelson
The Master Lock.
and leaves Dolph laying. Excuse me.
Lush.
Mick Foley's backstage with Zack Ryder, and
Woo woo woo.
Foley signs Ryder's petition for a title shot,
God.
and Foley agrees to sign it after Ryder teaches him how to fist pump.
This is disgusting.
What do you mean disgusting?
Thanks for reminding me of that Foley was there. Now we have to... great.
The fist pump. I hate anything to do with Jersey Shore.
So you hate Zack Ryder?
Yes, I do.
How dare you?
I've always hated Zack
You
Ryder.
hate good things, don't
But
you?
he came out before Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder came out with his gimmick before the Jersey Shore even aired on TV.
I could care less. It reminds me too much of Jersey Shore.
But he did it before they did it.
I've already said I don't care.
Anyways,
That's because you touch yourself at night.
Damn.
It's not my fault.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Anyways, Mick Foley comes out, which leads to the worst.
The worst segment I think I've ever seen on Raw.
Yes, and I will give my opinion on why this was such a bad segment.
You mean you didn't like the This Is Your Life segment? That was the greatest thing ever.
It was
WWE
nostalgia.
Well, maybe back in 98 or 99 when they first did it.
Let me tell everybody what happened. If you didn't watch Raw, which apparently you probably have, and you're whatever. Mick Foley comes out and decides to do John Cena "This Is Your Life" segment that he did back in 1997. No, it was 1999, right?
I was gonna say they weren't really friends until
No.
'99.
No, it was 99. Yeah, sorry about that. Back in 1999, John Cena. Well, with The Rock. And so, Foley comes out, he brings out Cena's baseball coach, he brings out Cena's old tag partner.
Bull Buchanan.
Yeah,
B squared. That was great.
it was. I mean,
You ruined my life.
John Cena versus B squared. WrestleMania. Book
And
it.
the crowd wasn't into this at all.
no one was into
Crowd
it.
hated it.
Everybody
Well, that's
hated
probably
it.
because nobody knew Bull Buchanan.
No one understood. Well, that and the reason what made The Rock and Foley's "This Is Your Life" so much better is one. Mick Foley wasn't Mick Foley. He was Mankind, and they were already having a feud for a while now. For I think it was like a couple months, and then they started doing this. Foley, since he was Mankind, he was pretty funny, and Mankind was one of the greatest gimmicks of all time. You know, every time
think
you
Mick
saw
Foley in
Mankind on
general-
television, you know he was going to make you laugh.
I think Mick Foley in general was just because he was playing different gimmicks at the same time.
Well, the Dude Love gimmick I didn't really like.
Well, he was playing
What?
that.
Dude, Love was hilarious.
No.
He was playing Dude Love. He was playing Cactus
The
Jack,
Jack, and he was playing Mankind.
and he was playing Mick Foley as himself.
Yeah,
That was 4 different gimmicks he was playing at a time. That's
which was
That's why-
ridiculous. Was
why he
ridiculous at that
grouped
time.
them all together.
When he did that Royal Rumble where he came out all those 3 times as Dude Love, Cactus Jack, and Mankind. I thought that was pretty brilliant. But
Which one was that?
98.
no, yeah. But anyways, I mean, and that's just the problem. I think there was so much build. You know, the rivalry between The Rock and Foley was building up so much. Like, this segment was just put, and it was in the Attitude Era, so they got off with a couple things.
Plus, The Rock has a personality.
And that too. And Cena was just, was like, oh man, oh, you're bringing out this person? Oh god. Like, and The Rock, when Foley brought out someone, he was, straightforward face, like, I'm gonna, like you knew that he was gonna punch the next person that came out. Cena was like, oh god, my dad? Oh man.
Well, that's
like
like
my baseball coach? Oh man.
That's what made
are you
it
gonna bring out
good,
next?
because while it was the same segment, the reactions were entirely different.
Yeah. Cena
Like,
was selling
everybody
it way
that
too
came
much.
out for The Rock loved The Rock, and then everybody that came out for Cena was like either trying to be heel or
I just
hated him.
I just want to say, heel Cena Senior, brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah.
That was
They need to
Hey, ruined
capitalize on
my
that.
son.
They need to go with that because that was brilliant. I loved it.
We just need to have Cena's dad come out all the time.
Oh, and have him turn him into like a baby's dad.
Or just like
Have-
Shelton Benjamin's mom.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Oh, that would be genius. That would
have
be-
Cena,
that would be-
have Cena Senior do all the talking. It'd be
yeah, that would be pretty good.
great. Make it
Yeah.
happen.
Okay, after that terrible segment, we were led with The Rock finishes it off.
Oh, yeah, he
rock
rock
bottom on Foley. Anyway,
Yes.
next match was Sheamus versus Swagger, which I remember being a pretty good match.
I was too overwhelmed from the This Is Your Life segment to remember this.
Yeah, I was traumatized.
From what I remember, was a pretty good match, and that's really all I could say. The ending of that match was Sheamus winning. Next we have Zack Ryder asking the Bella Twins to sign his petition. Del Rio comes up with Ricardo Rodriguez. We're talking about Survivor Series. I hope the Bellas become Del Rio's love interest.
Oh my God, why?
Why?
Because
Why do you want to make them relevant again?
Because we don't see them in the ring, and they're both. I think.
But that's
I
a good
think
thing.
seeing Del Rio with the Bellas and Ricardo Rodriguez would make a good stable.
Oh,
Yes. And if they brought in a Mexican wrestler with him.
you really want me to stop liking Del Rio, don't you?
Well, it's either they fire the Bellas or they keep them. And honestly, they're not going to fire the Bellas right now, so they have to do something with them. And I think the best thing they do with them is put them with Del Rio.
Why
Why
would
not
they make
fire
them
the Bellas? They're not doing
bitches?
anything.
I don't want them to be their bitches. That'd be stupid.
Yeah, it's horrible. Get out. Just get out.
Hey, who knows? It could work.
No, it's not gonna work.
Next match, we have Natalia and Kelly Kelly.
Yay.
Yawn.
Hey.
Um,
Moving on.
it was behind the scenes
Wait.
There was behind the scenes footage of Kelly's maximum shoot. I'm surprised that they're pushing this maximum shoot. How much they're doing, because if it's so PG, shouldn't they not be pushing her posing in a bikini?
No, but I
Well-
think it strengthens the idea of a Barbie girl. So
You think that's what they're trying to go with?
Well, if they're not gonna
Well,
push the
that and
the
the- have-
bikini thing,
have they ever rejected a magazine idea? I mean, the only thing they've rejected is Playboy, and that's pretty obvious. But I mean,
I don't know. You're probably right. I mean, I could see it being kind of like, if we make her do this shoot, it'll just make her more like a model. Kind of
Yeah.
go with the angle we're trying to go with.
Well, if they're gonna complain about the Maxim thing, then they should stop doing the website bikini shoots because it's a double standard.
Oh no, they stopped with bikini shoots.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, if you look at their website and you look at the summer, during the summer they used to always do bikini shoots, and they stopped doing them. They would just reshoot the older ones, re-release them.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I just want to say that this whole Divas angle is just sort of ironic. Because you've got the Kelly and Eve, who are Barbie dolls. They're being the faces, while Beth Phoenix and Natalia, who are the whole, we worked hard to get here, looks aren't everything, and they're being the heels in this. And then you've got the Be a Star thing, where it's like, stop bullying and stuff.
And I love Mark Henry's theme, how it's like, beat him up, break his neck, break his neck.
Well, you can barely hear that, but I mean, just the Divas in general.
Eat him up, make a snack.
It's just like, if you saw them as, like, if the heels were faces and the faces were heels, it'd just make more sense.
Somebody gonna need a breath, man.
I was hoping that Kelly Clay was going to turn heel at the end of that. Like, if Eve won, Kelly Clay could finally, backstab Eve, like, that's my title kind of sort of thing.
But Kelly couldn't be heel. She's the John Cena. She would never be heel.
No, also Greg wants one face on the Divas division, all divisions.
What?
Is that what you're saying? You want one face in the Divas division?
What do you... Alicia
You want
Fox,
one?
Eve, AJ,
Nobody cares
Caitlyn.
nobody cares about Alicia Fox.
Nobody.
Nobody cares. Nobody. And AJ, she's 13. She cannot wrestle for another 5 years. Okay?
She's an awesome wrestler, and she's very attractive.
And Caitlyn,
She can't
on
wrestle.
crack.
So she can't wrestle in 5 years? Did you not watch SmackDown?
I don't watch SmackDown.
They had a match.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
pretty
Caitlyn-
good, man.
But we're going to spoil it if we talk about it further, so we're just going to wait until SmackDown segment.
Oh my god.
Johnny Laurinaitis was backstage on the phone.
Johnny Ace. Get it right.
He needs to
Brodus
skateboard
Clay.
before John Ace.
Johnny Laurinaitis wants Clay to debut to be big and feels that he is overshadowed on The Rock's show. Laurinaitis says Clay will debut next week. Del Rio walks in. They talk about their match with Punk at Survivor Series. Del Rio says Punk might not make it to Survivor Series. Del Rio says the industry is better with him as champion, and he will be champion for a long time. Del Rio grabs Laurinaitis' tie and says that he will be champion longer than Laurinaitis will be general manager.
Zing.
Brodus Clay will be debuting next week. Or
He was
Debuting?
supposed to be debuting the past 2 weeks. I'm surprised they didn't debut him during the pay-per-view.
where would they debut him on?
NXT.
No,
Live.
like if
Coming
he was
to you on
debut on the
NXT.
pay-per-view, where would he be?
If Rock didn't do that whole promo, like, midway through, I could honestly see that being Brodus Clay's
Hey.
debut.
Don't spoil anything.
I think it's pretty obvious that Rock did a promo.
If you haven't watched the pay-per-view or Raw or SmackDown, you're listening to this, I'm kind of surprised at you. Anyways.
Anyway.
Anyways.
Punk and Big Show versus Del Rio and Mark Henry. Oh, Miz and Truth are backstage with Stryker. Stryker's asking him questions. They don't say anything. He says they feel disrespected after last week, and they still don't say nothing. And they just walk out after Stryker asks him a couple questions. Anyways, Punk and Big Show versus Del Rio and Mark Henry. And that led to Del Rio and Mark Henry winning that match.
Yay. That's my sarcastic voice.
Yeah. And
Yay.
Santino Marella talks about he almost won the Royal Rumble, but blames on Kevin Nash. Nash music hits and it comes down to the ring. Nash comes down and has Santino in the trombone, do his trombone. Santino turns around and Nash drops him with the big boot. Nash gets a promo where he says he's here to Triple H isn't. Nash picks Santino up from the jackknife power bomb and leaves him in the ring.
I just want to say that Santino Marella blamed his Royal Rumble loss on Alberto Del Rio, not Kevin Nash, like Greg said.
What?
Because we all know Greg is wrong.
Greg's botching this week.
That's right.
Yeah.
Greg botches should be the title of this show.
No, we already came out with the title of the show during.
You fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up.
Oh.
You still suck.
No, we could just have Mike host the show right now.
No.
Yes, Mike hosts the show.
No.
Come on,
Occupy
Mike
Park
host it.
Wrestling.
No.
Mike, I want you to host it.
No. I already said no.
Mike. What's the next match?
I don't know. You're hosting. You got the results in front of your face.
Wade Barrett versus Randy Orton. In a
Point out that the Survivor Series teams came out with them.
yes, they did come. Orton's team came out first, and then Barrett's team came out next, which ended in like a big brawl at the end. And then The Rock's big promo they've been pushing for weeks now. He gets boots to asses trend worldwide.
Oh my
Cena's
God.
lady parts.
Cena's lady parts. He calls out Cena. Cena apologizes for his partner and says the only thing The Rock has brought in 7 years is crappy messages via satellite. The Rock apologizes for Cena because he's not used to having support from someone who's hit puberty. The Rock says Cena should not be worried about his boot rising up to kick him in his lady part. By the way, Cena's lady parts is now training worldwide, Rock says.
And it was 5 minutes later.
Like 5 minutes later it was.
I checked.
I'm sorry.
Cena says if his partner's ego gets in the way of Survivor Series, then Cena bitch slap The Rock will be training worldwide. Miz says he's so sick and then mocks them both. Miz says that he will never be forgotten once they get done with The Rock and Cena at Survivor Series. It goes on. Rock and Cena start beating up Miz and Truth. Cena's about to go with the attitude adjustment on Miz, but then takes Rock, pulls Miz down, and does the Rock bottom. Goes off there.
Horrible. I hated it.
Of course you did.
Let's go around and just give your opinion, guys. What do you think of this Raw? Anything that you liked? Anything that you didn't like?
I like
I'm sorry, but
This Is Your
that-
Life segment.
Yeah, This Is Your Life segment just ruined Raw for me. I'm sorry.
I liked it, alright?
Disappointed. I thought it was going to be better.
Yeah, it's freaking Mick Foley and he does that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It could have been better.
So you're
Well-
complaining that Mick Foley came back, basically?
He should have been in a better segment
No,
than stupid.
I'm glad he was
This
I'm
is your
glad he came
life.
back.
I'm afraid that this will ruin any credibility for Mick Foley to become the general manager of Raw.
No, it won't. That was one segment. I'd rather have him right now over John Laurinaitis any day of the week.
Hey,
One
it's gonna
segment,
build
one
credibility.
segment isn't gonna make people hate Mick Foley because it flopped and it was bad by creative.
Anything else?
It sucked. I hate The Rock. He's not funny.
That's Mike that says that. So I'll just
That's
give
only
out
Mike.
your address so all you fans out there can go like,
Give his
Punch him in the face.
give his number.
yeah,
I hate The Rock.
spread it around like
Well,
wildfire.
you hate America.
I hate The Rock more than I hate John Cena.
That's just not possible.
It is possible.
So you'd rather see Cena win another world championship than The
No.
Rock win?
I'd rather have Jinder Mahal win a world championship than John Cena.
Jinder Mahal sucks.
He's better than John Cena.
And
Actually,
you think he's
I've
better than
watched
The
some of-
Rock?
I've watched
Yeah.
some of Jinder Mahal's
You think
indie stuff.
Jinder Mahal's a Hall of Famer in your opinion?
The Rock's wrestling skills are horrible. They're horrible.
Wow.
He went to the Lex Luger School of Selling.
Wow. You just hate him because he oversells. He
I
does.
hate him because he's a trashy wrestler.
Wow.
And he reuses the same catchphrases over and over again, just like John Cena does.
Nope.
Except The Rock is actually entertaining and can pull off.
Exactly.
After a while, he loses its funniness.
Well, no, look, like I said on our Road to WrestleMania podcast, The Rock, like when I said The Rock should win, no, that Cena should win at the WrestleMania is because The Rock.
I never said that.
The Rock hasn't proven to anybody. Look, all he's been doing were promos via satellite, and all these promos were pre-recorded. Like
He proved
the
to me-
promo that he cut during Survivor Series, and I'm gonna spoil this, but
Nope, we're not spoiling
no,
it.
it's a small small
we're not.
piece.
We're not
Shut
spoiling
up.
it. Nope.
It's a small piece.
Shut up.
If
He
you spoil, I'm
says
kicking
he
you from the
says the
channel. If you spoil,
WWF
I'm kicking you
tag
from the
Nope.
channel.
La 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 la.
Hunter.
If you spoil, I'm kicking you from the channel.
Oh my god. Okay, fine. And I'll talk about it during then. But still, The Rock hasn't done anything. All he's been doing were via satellite promos, all pre-recorded stuff so they could edit them later. He probably could have said a bunch of stuff live like he did when he first debuted back. And then he makes promises that he can't keep up with because he's making so much. Since he made his return, he's going into big movie titles, and he's
He
not.
explained that already.
Yep.
It's just terrible. It is.
He didn't mean he was never gonna not show up ever again
He
like
hasn't
that.
shown up.
You
in
expected him to wrestle
3-4
every week.
months.
He's not going to do that.
But he can
Yeah,
at least do backstage rivalries. He doesn't have to wrestle every week. Look at Nash. He's on a Legends contract. He doesn't have to be there, but WWE decides to utilize him to where he's having this backstage rivalry and still have 2-3 matches.
If Kevin
in the
Nash
year.
was doing
You're-
the movies
you're
that The Rock
forgetting
was doing,
You're forgetting that The Rock was still on a movie schedule. Alright, if he wasn't on the movie schedule, which I think he's off of now, then he would have been active in the WWE.
No, he actually just signed for another movie, I believe.
Wait. Hold on a second. He was filming G.I. Joe the day of the Raw he showed up at. So I don't want to hear that. His movie schedule got in the way. He filmed the movie, his parts in the movie, and then flew to Raw. That's not an excuse.
why should he
Yeah,
show up every
he
week
flew
when
to
he
Raw.
did it for
still
10
showed up.
years, Greg?
He flew to Raw. How far was it from the site? Huh?
He still showed up though. That's all that
He
matters.
flew in from Louisiana to New York, I think, probably.
Was it to New York?
It was
So does he
Pennsylvania. It
wanna
was
do that
something
if-
East Coast.
Does he want to do that every single week?
Wow, he can fly to a different state once a week. It's not that difficult. Nobody's asking him to do
The
300 days a
superstars
week.
do it literally every
That's what
single
Mike.
day of the
That's
year.
what Mike, or not. That's what Greg expects, though, out of the Rock.
He
when
doesn't.
said
He
he's
doesn't.
gonna be there.
He doesn't have to do 300 days a year. He can do 4 days a month. No, 5 days a month.
Look,
Four
Hunter,
Raws and a pay-per-view.
All I'm saying is that when The Rock was just said that he was coming back and that he would never leave, I would have thought that he would have at least been on a couple Raws, like 2 Raws every month. I thought he would cut promos here and there, and just
You missed
kind of
like
have
a
like
lot.
a general manager position, or kind of have a or kind
You
of have this like a
misinterpreted it then.
backstage, or like
Yeah.
have a manager position somewhere. But no, he decides to come back, cut promos for 3 weeks, and then disappear for 4 months, and then they build up for a special 3-hour Raw where that's called Raw Gets Rocked or something like that. It was like, it was The Rock's birthday was the first time he returned, which is bullshit. They shouldn't have special Raw events just for The Rock to return when he already returned a couple months ago.
You can't expect him to work when he's got a schedule like he does. He can't just
Cena
not
does.
stop doing movies.
Cena records movies
Don't
for
even-
WWE
don't
all the
even-
time,
don't even
and he's
compare
still on
Cena
the
to The
road.
Rock
He goes to
in
European
movies.
tours and all that. What the hell are you talking about? Cena has pretty much the same schedule. He's doing movies for the WWE, and he continues to go on.
He's
Those are
doing movies
shitty-ass
for the
movies.
WWE. That's the difference.
That's not even the same.
They can probably film
It's
on
still,
site. And
it's still in the WWE studios, which is still one position. They still have all the equipment over there.
Yep,
They're not
yep,
they're not
how often
following
can they
Cena
just
to
move-
record movies in different places. It would just make the movie look bad.
Stop hating on The Rock. You're little Jimmy.
I'm not hating on The Rock. I'm just saying that he should have.
Acting like little Jimmy.
You're
He's
expecting
little
way
Jimmy.
too much out of him.
I'm not
Yeah.
expecting way too much. All I'm saying is that he could have showed up at least once or twice a month. But no, they decide to not make him appear in a 4 or 5 month period and then do a special Raw just because he returned again after 5 months ago where he made his grand debut back.
Greg is
I'm
a
not
little
expecting
Jimmy.
much. I'm expecting at
Confirmed.
least 1 or 2 returns every month.
Next topic.
Every month.
Yes, every month. Is that hard to say?
Greg.
That is hard.
How is that
He's
hard?
been ref for 10 years. He doesn't need to be on every Raw.
I'm not saying
Greg,
every
Greg,
Raw.
Greg,
I'm
Greg.
saying 1 or 2 Raws. Even 1 Raw a month. It's not that hard. You don't have to break the schedule.
Here's the thing: if he really wanted to be there, he would show up on his own terms. Not being requested to be there, he would show up when he wants to, but he doesn't. He shows
he's
up.
doing it
realize
for
he's-
he's doing it for the money. He says he's not doing it, but he is doing it for the money.
He
because
shows up when he's wanted. He's not going to show up again until 3 weeks before WrestleMania. And it's not because of the movie schedule. It's because he's not going to show up because he doesn't want to be there on his own terms.
Exactly.
He
He's
will be
already
there.
wrestled long enough. He doesn't need to show up.
He will be
We'll
there
talk
when
about
he
this more
needs to
after
be.
the Survivor Series recap. Greg, next topic.
And before anybody, no, I'm not done. And before anybody says he doesn't need to give back anything back to the fans, he does because the fans made him who he is today.
Next
Prove me-
topic.
So-
prove me wrong.
Okay, so 11 years of wrestling for them, and he still needs to give up.
If the fans never cared about him, he'd still be the same nobody he debuted in 1996. And you can't debate that because you know it's like saying if Austin never cut his promo in '96, he would have never been the legend he is now. The fans made The Rock who The Rock is today. If the fans would have never got behind him, he'd be nothing.
I agree
So,
with Mike
yeah.
100%. And
He
then
owes a lot to the fans.
we will move on now to the NXT results. We will probably talk a little bit more about The Rock. We'll get to our rant segment. Let's move on to NXT. This is week 37 in NXT. And we are given Darren Young returns.
Yay.
Who's Darren Young again?
He's Black Cena.
Black
Oh,
Cena.
okay. Okay, I know who that is.
First match is Percy Watson versus Derek Bateman. Percy Watson wins that match.
Just go through the results with these.
JTG defeats Yoshitatsu, and Titus O'Neil defeats Tyler Rex. And the NXT rookie records are Derek Bateman, win-loss record 7-9, redemption points 0. Darren Young, win-loss record 11-16, redemption points 7. Titus O'Neil, win-loss record 187-12. Something sounds wrong about that. I'm reading this off of WWE's website. There's something wrong about that. Redemption
The whole
points
11 and
45.
16 score. The fact that this one season has been going on for the better part of a year.
What?
This one season has been lasting at least 37 weeks,
Yes.
judging by that one guy's record of 11 and 16.
Yeah.
It's been going on for the better part of a year. Is that what's been going? Is that the wrong thing that you see?
No, because look, I read Titus O'Neil's win-loss record, and it says 187-12. I think it's 18-12.
He's pretty impressive if he's got 187 wins.
I know, right?
That's
He
a
should be-
Goldberg-like record.
He should be world champion. Why
Hey,
doesn't he have
Titus
a title?
O'Neil, he's pretty good.
If he's 187, yeah, he should be a champion.
Let's move on to the show I actually watched, which was pretty good. WWE Superstars.
Aw.
Our first match is Alex Riley defeats Drew McIntyre. Throughout the entire match, Drew McIntyre was working on the knee, but then Alex Riley kind of did the Superman and won the match. Epico and Primo defeats the Usos in a good tag match. And because Mike still doesn't know who Epico is,
I know who Epico is now.
Okay.
It's Primo's cousin.
Yes, Primo's cousin.
Correct.
They are the Colognes. They're part of the Cologne family against the Uso family.
Colons.
And then we have Tyson Kidd defeats Trent Beretta. And Trent Beretta did a sick moonsault leg clothesline off the top rope.
But you'll never see it on TV.
Like if you ever have a chance to go back, he does this sweet moonsault and kind of like lands like a Rough Rider on Tyson Kidd. It was pretty sweet. But Tyson Kidd still goes up and did pretty well in that match too. That was another good match. If anybody has time to watch the November 17th WWE Superstars, I would watch that. It was pretty good. And then we will move on to the show again this week.
That nobody watches.
Nobody watches.
We are given TNA Impact.
Yay.
Can we just skip this?
No, we are not skipping it.
Skip it like a Divas match.
No, you wanted me to skip the entire show last week. We are going through it this week.
Wait,
But you didn't skip the entire show last week.
No, because I do not give in to rebels.
That makes you Gaddafi.
What do you say? What do you say?
You make Gaddafi. He's comparing you to Gaddafi.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Should I cut your head off now or later?
You have to find me first.
I'd rather not. Let's move on now.
Gaddafi's dead, right?
Yes, he is.
Wow, you are from California.
Greg's blonde underneath that beret.
People in California get their news 3 hours later than everybody else.
You mean like 2 months later?
Yeah.
Has it been 2 months?
No. It's been like a
Wait, what? What the hell are we talking about now?
Politics.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
God.
Just what I want on my wrestling podcast.
Just
You
wait,
don't
just-
still listen to Ghost.
just wait till we get to the sports section. You'll love that.
Sports section. There's no sports section in our wrestling podcast.
Sarcasm
there's a
filter
politics
off.
section. Okay.
Entertainment.
Sarcasm filter off.
Wait, what does that
Still real to me, damn it.
What, sarcasm filter off?
mean? Yeah.
It means I was being sarcastic and you just didn't catch it. So turn it on so you can understand what sarcasm is.
Maybe
Turn
he's
what
trying to
on?
make me eat right
Never
now.
mind, Greg. Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind.
The
I have a very
TNA
good
World
sarcasm
Champion made his way to the ring, belt in hand.
Who?
Apparently Rude turned heel.
He's been heel for like the past month.
Oh, okay.
Rude?
Oh, it wasn't like Anderson where he just flip-flopped week after week?
Are we
No, he's
talking
been
about
heel.
TNA?
Yes.
Yeah, we're talking about WCW.
Yay!
Yeah.
Well,
James
just about
Storm's
everybody-
music hits, and he made his way to the ring. Storm called Rude a jackass and a dumbass. Very innovative Storm, and accused Rude of jumping him last week. Storm told Rude that he was gonna finish him with his beer and kick. He's gonna finish his beer and kick Rude's ass. Rude begged off, and security hit the ring to keep the two men separated. Rude said that he had no reason to attack Storm since he already proved that he can beat him in the ring.
Ooh, sick burn.
Storm guaranteed that he could find a guy who attacked him, but kicked Rude's ass for the hell of it. Security didn't like the idea and dragged Storm away. AJ appeared in the ring and attacked Rude. Security had
Oh my
their
god,
hands
this
full.
is getting so intense.
Security had their hands full and pulled the two men apart a few times. Styles grabbed the microphone and Tenay put over his promo that was forthcoming. Back from commercial, we hear we head to the ring, and AJ and Rude jawed back and forth, and AJ called Rude a piece of trash. Styles said that Rude screwed over Storm and then screwed AJ also. Styles said that he gets revenge. Styles said he'd get revenge by taking the title from Rude. Rude claimed he defended his title clean and told Styles to head back to the trailer park. Brawl number 2 ensues between AJ and Rude.
How come you get all intense for TNA of all things?
Because it's the only way. It's the only way. I'm reading this, learning what happened on TNA. So the
Why
only,
can't you do this during the rest of the
because
show?
I already knew what happened. I didn't have to read the entire paragraph of what happened. And I didn't want to make it sound boring.
Anyway.
Anyways, match number 1. Oh wait, well something happened with Sting, but I don't really care what happened. Apparently it was AJ and Rude. Oh, because Sting is like the new manager, right, of TNA.
He's like the network representative.
And
He's like
he
the
sets
GM.
up a title match at Final Resolution. And it'll be a 30-man Iron Man match.
Oh my god! Wait, what? 30-man Iron Man match?
I mean,
Wow! Of the week! What an awesome Iron Man match! Be dead in the ring at the same time.
You do that.
Greg, why are you so bad?
You know what? I take it back, Mike. You're not as bad as Greg.
It's too late now.
Mike, I've always had faith in you. I didn't just...
30-minute Iron Man match. I'm sorry,
Greg
people.
like 30.
I'm a little buzzed. Anyways, match number 1, we have Robbie E with Robbie T. And
Also known as Rob
Devon
Terry.
with Pope and D'Angelo De Niro for the TNA Television Championship.
Wait, the Pope and D'Angelo De Niro?
The Pope, D'Angelo De Niro.
Okay.
Is he face or heel?
He's a face, I believe.
The Pope?
Okay, because he was heel last time I checked.
The Pope is a face.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I know Devon should be babyface because of Bubba Ray.
Well, Devon is babyface.
Yeah, so the Pope should be babyface as well. Devon gets controlled early on. Robbie T created a distraction, but wasn't enough to get the championship and the champ in the opening. Robbie E wins.
Yay. Have I mentioned Robbie E sucks?
Yes.
He sucks.
Okay.
You think everything sucks.
He should be shot in the face. Not everything.
Matt Morgan talks to Crimson, which I don't like Crimson because I don't like him.
I like Crimson.
I don't like Crimson.
Crimson
Oh my
looks
God.
funny.
Oh my god, I like something.
Crimson looks funny.
Shocker.
Anyways, Austin Aries and
I like
Kid
Austin Aries too.
Cash versus Jesse Sorensen and Brian Kendrick.
I don't like Jesse Sorensen.
Well, you're gonna hate him more because he actually won the match.
Cause he's, oh my god. I'm just gonna start cutting my wrists now every time you mention his name.
The varsity villain.
Oh god.
He reminds me of Alex Riley.
No. No.
Yes. Yes.
Jesse Sorensen has the most potential to be TNA champ.
Don't compare garbage. No, don't compare a nobody to somewhat of a nobody. Don't.
Anyways, a 10 knockout gauntlet match to determine Gail Kim's #1 contender. Brooke Tessmacher is the next opponent. She starts off with a beatdown, but Velvet came back with a bulldog to pick up the win. Velvet at 45. Oh, starts out with Velvet Sky and Rosita.
Just go through who came out and then who won and who came out after
Okay,
that.
so Velvet it starts out with Velvet and Rosita. Velvet wins literally at like 6 seconds apparently. Tessmacher comes in. Velvet wins at 45. Angelina Young comes in. Angelina Love beats Velvet at 2:04. Mickie James comes out. Beats Angelina Love at 7. Estrada is out. And Mickie James wins at 8:55. Tara comes out. Mickie wins at 11:15. Winner comes out. Mickie wins at 13:05. ODB has been reinstated, and she's the next opponent. Mickie
I thought
wins
she
at
was already
14:30.
reinstated.
And the new #1 contender is Mickie James.
I just want to point out before we finish with this, the only reason why Mickie James is #1 contender is because Gail Kim wanted that. So basically, TNA is sucking up the Gail Kim hardcore,
Yeah.
like Major League hardcore.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, I would like to see Mickie James versus Gail Kim.
It all matters because Gail Kim wanted both titles. TNA gave them to her. Gail Kim wanted the feud with Mickie James. TNA gave it to her.
Okay.
All of
That
a
and
sudden,
they're wanting to spite WWE as well.
all of a sudden, Gail Kim is something special, and she deserves all this attention.
you took Karma, so we took Mickey James and Gail Kim. Now we'll look what we're doing with them. And where's your Karma? That's basically what
She's
TNA.
prego.
If TNA's doing that because of karma, then they're really stupid.
Okay, well, next match we have Mexican America, who are the champions, versus Matt Morgan and Crimson for the TNA Tag Championship.
Yay.
And
Who
we have
wins?
new tag champs, Crimson and Matt Morgan.
Yay.
What a surprise!
I call Matt Morgan going heel and attacking Crimson.
Matt Morgan sucks, and so does Crimson. End
Just
of
like he-
story.
Just
What,
like
you
he
mean
did-
the two people who are feuding right now got the tag team championships? That hasn't been overplayed at all.
Wait, are they feuding?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were feuding. Their match at the pay-per-view ended in a fist fight. So they were just slapping each other on the back.
Yeah.
And then they both hit the referee.
It was
Anyways,
horrible.
anyways, we have Garrett Bischoff with Sting versus Gunner with Ric Flair and Eric Bischoff.
Again? That happened last week.
Garrett is held his own in the early going of the match and actually controlled Gunner. Gunner hit a flying forearm with the offense around his favor. Gunner kept on the pressure with Garrett for a while. Gunner hit the ring post with the shoulder first, and Eric distracted Garrett. Gunner went backstage with the offense on Garrett, but out of nowhere, Garrett hits the DDT on Gunner to pick up the win. Bischoff and Flair were shocked at ringside as Garrett and Sting celebrated in the ring. Winner, Garrett Bischoff.
Yay.
And then Storm cuts a promo saying that he was going to call out the one who he thought attacked him last week. They considered every single wrestler that had in the back guilty. Called out AJ Styles, and after a short pause, AJ music hits. Heads to the ring, a bit worse from where he was after the brawl earlier with Rude. Storm said that AJ had most to gain by attacking him. Storm played up the two title shots AJ has gotten as proof. Styles denied it and asked Storm, and asking if Storm was crazy. He said with an entire reason that he went after Rude was to help defend Storm. A little bit of pushing and shoving starts, but Kazarian hits the ring to sort it out and take them apart. Kazarian tells AJ to get out, and the two of them head back to the ramp, and James' music starts to play. As Storm heads to the ramp, Kurt Angle attacks him from behind. Angle beats him down, then drags him back to the ring and hits the Angle slam on Storm. Kurt gets on the mic and says that Storm is guilty as charged. He tells Storm when he goes home to his daughter and tell her that Kurt is the guy who gave Daddy the concussion. The camera focuses on the way out Storm to end the show.
So is Angle face now?
Angle is heel still. Storm's a baby face. Rude is the heel.
Okay, because it seems like Angle would go heel for some reason.
Angle was the
And that reason starts with the letter R.
Rape.
Retard?
Come on, it rhymes with fusso.
Oh, Russo.
Yeah.
Fusso doesn't rhyme with Russo, by the way. I was putting it
Potato,
out there.
potato, shut up.
Well, if you're gonna say something rhymes, at least make it rhyme.
Because it does rhyme. You
It
stop
doesn't.
poking holes in my theories. Shut up.
Stop being wrong, and I'll stop poking holes in your
I'm
theories.
not Greg, I'm not wrong.
Hey,
You are wrong.
Strike, who's mainly wrong?
30-man
Objection.
Iron Man.
Niggas.
Because I was speaking too quickly, and I messed up.
30-man Iron Man match.
30-man Iron Minute match.
On the SmackDown.
Okay, on the SmackDown.
Well, before we go to SmackDown real quick, I have two indie results to get to after SmackDown. So,
Wait, what?
So before
After-
SmackDown, you've got some things
No.
after SmackDown.
I'm just letting them know before he starts the SmackDown thing. Tell him I have the indie results. So,
Okay,
do it
yeah,
after
we'll have Mike do his indie results. we start out with Mark Henry is choking Daniel Bryan. And he yells
That's disgusting.
What?
You shouldn't do that on SmackDown.
What? You didn't say Bryan Danielson?
No, because I'm tired.
Okay, continue.
Anyways, he yells at Bryan for disrespecting him. Henry carries Bryan through the back. Whatever. Anyways, Henry beats up Bryan, and he's left injured, and now we know that Bryan's not going to be able to make it and cash in his bank for a while.
Or so they say. But we'll just have to stay tuned for that, won't we?
Dun 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 dun. Maybe. Anyways, match number 1, Sin Cara versus Dolph Ziggler. Strike, since you've watched SmackDown, tell us about that match.
Sin Cara versus Dolph Ziggler? It was a pretty generic match. Pretty average, I guess. Dolph Ziggler won.
Nothing special in the match?
Not really.
Okay. Dolph Ziggler, yes, did win that
Aren't
match.
I so good?
Match number 2 was Mason Ryan versus Jack Swagger. How about that match?
Which one?
Mason Ryan versus Jack Swagger. It was a pretty slow match, and Mason Ryan won. So.
And then Justin Gabriel and Alicia Fox were in the back, and she starts talking about how she would like to go to South Africa, but they were interrupted by Zack Ryder to sign his online petition to get the United States title match. Gabriel agrees and to do it for a T-shirt. Show says that he hasn't signed it and agrees to. Zack tells Show that Mark Henry beat up Daniel Bryan, and it was a statement to Show for Sunday. I'm hearing some feedback on someone's end.
Yeah,
It's probably you.
What?
It's probably you.
It's not me, because I can hear it.
Yeah, it is.
I can hear it. Okay, well, anyways, I'm not hearing you anymore. Show asks where Mark is, and he doesn't know him, but Justin tells Show that Bryan is in the trainer's room. Christian's on his way to the ring, and he has a crutch with a neck brace. He says 2 weeks ago on SmackDown he was brutally chokeslammed by Big Show for no reason. That led to a serious neck injury. Instead of taking his claim seriously, Teddy Long books him in a match against Sheamus last week. Christian says that he could have run away, but he stayed and fought Sheamus like a man. Christian says that he's fought Sheamus all over Europe to compensate for his neck, and has severely injured his ankle. Christian goes on and Christian blames everything on Teddy Long, and then he's like, tells them all good riddance, and he hobbles back.
I hope that's not him quitting.
I mean, it could mean him going to Raw, maybe. I think I could see him a lot better on Raw, but again, it's a super show, so it doesn't really matter.
Wait, here we're talking about Christian?
Yeah.
Well, he's legit hurt, so...
Yeah, he's hurt.
He's legit injured.
Yeah, but he did say, he told them all good riddance, and like, it did sound like he was planning on leaving SmackDown.
And it probably meant the company as a whole that he's seeing good riddance to.
And we are led... And we start off the next segment that has the best couple in the world, Daniel Bryan and AJ.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Daniel Bryan's
really?
hurt
You have to say that?
Daniel Bryan's hurt after being brutally and viciously attacked by Mark Henry, but AJ is by his side, asking if he's okay. But then Big Show enters and says it was his fault that he got attacked. But he says that he needs to find Mark Henry, and he needs to find him now. Show leaves, and AJ asks if Bryan needs anything as we go to commercial.
Why'd you
So
get all
you,
pumped for
so you really like that
And now
pedophilia?
Daniel Bryan's a
don't you?
pedophile.
Daniel Bryan and AJ need to become like a team.
No.
She's already a team with Caitlyn. There's no double dipping.
Caitlyn, AJ, and Daniel Bryan.
Oh my god.
There's no double dipping.
That would be so awesome. Anyways, match number 3 is Ted DiBiase versus Derek Bateman with Maxine. Strike.
Wait.
What?
This match was
Derek Bateman's on SmackDown?
No.
He was
he's
jobber.
still on NXT. They kind of go back and they go.
He was a
into,
jobber.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say...
I'd never heard of him before this match.
I thought he was a
say
bigger
Bateman-
dude. He looks very surferish. like he would be a surfer, but
I like Trent Beretta more than Derek Bateman. Son of a bitch. Anyways, Strike, how was the match?
it was a
It was,
jobber match.
You won.
I actually watched this match, so
Is Ted Do you think Ted DiBiase will do anything in the next coming year and a half?
If they push him, maybe, but
they'd have to push him first.
I mean, he's got that whole DiBiase posse thing that he does every time he goes to a different place. So, I mean, he might be getting fan support, but
Okay, well, we come back and Big Show kicks the door of Mark Henry's dressing room, but no one's there. Show walks down the hall as he steps and sees Jinder Mahal and Tyson Kidd. Show asks him if anything is funny, and Tyson says Henry left the building. Mahal says something to show, has something to show in Punjabi, and Show wants him to repeat it in English. Just Big Show walking around trying to find Henry. And match number 4, we have Kingston versus Hunico. How about that match, guys?
Unico.
that was a very basic match, too. Nothing really outstanding.
That's really sad, because you think Kofi Kingston Unico would do something.
Say it
Well,
with me.
Hunico's all
Hunico.
in the... Well,
Mike, I'm gonna
Hunico's
bitch
all
slap
in
you. Anyways, Strike, go on.
Hunico's all in that
Oh my
street gear.
God.
So, I mean, yeah, I'm going to keep saying it. Hunico.
Unico. Get it
Anyways, Hunico
Nico.
right. Oh my
is in
god.
street gear, so he's not really able to do as much as he would in, like, the normal ring gear.
He looks pretty badass with his
He looks like a gangster. That's what they're trying to do.
good. He kind of reminds me. He I say he would fit in back in like 2004 with all the cruiserweights.
Well, it's not 2004 though.
Yeah.
This is 2011, pal.
Match number 5: Beth Phoenix and Natalia versus AJ and Caitlyn. I need to watch this match too. 'Cause
This was a very basic match, but the ending has Natalia put AJ in the sharpshooter, but then she wrenches it and actually lands on her back during the sharpshooter.
oof.
It looked painful.
So AJ's basically in a literal C position. I sort of cringed watching that.
Ooh,
because I
that
knew,
looks bad. Okay, I'm gonna have to
looks like it
watch
would-
that.
that looks like it would snap your back.
Well,
And
AJ's super flexible, dude.
I
How
bet
would
she
you know, you
is.
pervert?
I bet she is, you sick fuck.
But yeah, she was hurting after that.
After the match, Caitlyn wonders what happened in the match as the BFFs are not so BFF-y.
Oh, so Caitlyn was high and didn't know what was going on.
BFFE?
That's what it says on this. Apparently, something happened with Caitlyn after the match. Do you remember what happened?
Not really.
No,
And I'm gonna,
there wasn't really anything unless it was like a backstage segment or something. That was like an exclusive.
What was Caitlyn like looking at AJ?
Yeah, she was wondering what was wrong because AJ was holding her back.
Here, I could actually look what happened. Oh wait,
AJ was holding her back in pain. Caitlyn was going like, "Are you okay? Do you need me to walk you in?"
doesn't look like it. I'm looking at it right now, and Caitlyn's. What I'm seeing right now. Oh wait, I need to look at how the finisher ended. So
Don't watch the finish during the recording.
So unprofessional.
Oh yeah, okay, that looks sick. Oh, that looks sick.
Calm down.
Oh,
Calm down.
oh, that looked.
God, you feel like you're watching Two Girls, One Cup.
Oh, I have a different reaction. when
The
I watch
extended sharpshooter, the new Two Girls, One Cup.
that. But that strike, that looked. I think she was literally hurt after that. Her rib looked like it was probably gonna.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Ugh!
You need to
God,
calm
are you
down,
sure you're
sir.
not watching it?
Her legs are by her head. That's the fucking
Man up,
problem.
Greg. Man up.
It's so. And then what I'm seeing is Kaylin's kind of like, why the fuck are you like?
Why are you
why did you fight?
overselling?
She's not The Rock.
Like, why are you overselling?
I don't know. I think what they're trying to do is Kalen was pissed at AJ for losing the match, and they're trying to make an AJ Kalen feud. That's what it looks like to me.
I would lose the match too if my legs are next to my earlobes. If my body's not supposed to bend a certain way, I'm gonna lose too.
How about that? How about you get in that hole next time, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
that
not as
looked
flexible as me. I wonder how you'd handle it.
that looked sick. Anyways, match number 6, we have Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton and Sheamus. How's that match?
For a tag team match, it was pretty basic.
Pretty basic.
The entirety of SmackDown was pretty basic.
You should
Yeah,
just
it
said
was a
that.
SmackDown before a pay-per-view.
Nothing is really outstanding. Everything's just sort of cookie cutter.
So you can
And
cut it with a knife.
Sheamus and Randy Orton win by disqualification. So, what do you guys think of that SmackDown? Is this again just all basic? Except
didn't
for
get to
that
watch it.
Divas match that looked. Ugh.
Oh, did I say that they? Did you ever say that they re-aired the Rock segment?
Oh no.
Yeah, they re-aired it.
Ugh. They re-aired it on on Superstars as well, and I think on
So
NXT as well.
time.
Well,
So much
Rock-
time that could have went to an actual match. Instead, we get something that everybody else has already seen.
Yeah, but The Rock needed to be on NXT, Superstars, and SmackDown on the same week. You know, via pre-recorded video.
Because Rock's never
That's
been on
how
his show in years.
Anyways, it's time for everybody's favorite segment. It is Mike's Indie Talk.
Mike's Indie Corner.
Boo.
Mike, talk about your
You
indie
suck.
stuff as I go
You
get
suck.
some
You suck.
another
Here's your
beer.
face.
Talk about your indie stuff as I go for another beer. I'll be back.
Oh, no, I'm waiting for you to come back.
Don't give a fuck about your beer.
I know.
Hey, Jimmy talked. Hey, Jimmy.
I had to sit through his
Hey,
AJ
Hunter.
marking out.
Okay, Mike, go.
Alright, here we go. Ring of Honor had 2 shows over the weekend. Yes, Ring of Honor. You know, the shows you guys don't watch.
Hey, I would watch Ring of Honor if
'Cause I
I
don't
knew
get
where
it.
to watch them.
I have it on my TV and I still don't watch it. How pissed are you at me?
You suck
one
at
likes
math.
you.
Anyway, they had a pay-per-view called Survival of the Fittest, which was basically like King of the Ring, except they all advanced to one final match. And I think the winner gets a title shot at some point. Just
Wait, so
go
it's like
through-
King of the Ring, but they all advance to the final match anyway?
Yeah. It's
So then what's the
like,
point of it?
Okay.
it's like a 4 title match in the near future.
But,
It's like
but if it's
they-
a King of the Ring match, why are they all going into the final match anyway?
I said it's like King of the Ring. I didn't say it's the King of the Ring.
So it's
That's what you
basically
made
a
it
battle
sound
royal.
No, I said it's like King of the Ring. Except they
No.
all advance to one final match. It's exactly what I said.
And that's a battle royal. That's not King of the Ring.
Alright, I'm just gonna go through it real quick. Somebody named Kyle O'Reilly defeated Andy Ridge to advance.
Hey, I know that guy.
No, you don't. The Briscoes defeated the Bravo brothers to
I
advance.
actually know the Briscoes, though.
Eddie Edwards defeated Mike Bennett to advance, and I hear feedback. Michael Elgin defeated Tommaso Ciampa. I got that name right. Adam Cole and Kenny King to advance. Turn off the feedback.
Someone's typing. That's not feedback.
I can hear myself.
Greg, why are you sucking today?
El Generico wrestled Steve Corino to a time limit draw. Roderick Strong defeated Red Titus to advance to the finals. The World's Greatest Tag Team defeated Jay Lethal and Davey Richards in a Champions Challenge match.
I heard that was a really good match.
And the finals was the guys that advanced. Michael Elgin defeated everybody to win the whole thing.
Who?
Michael Elgin.
Never heard of him.
He's with Roderick Strong. If you knew your Ring of Honor stuff, bite me. Anyway, we're going to move on to the Glory by Honor 10 results. And this will be it. Andy Ridge defeated Mike Seidel. Michael Elgin defeated Mike Bennett, Adam Cole, and Grizzly Redwood. Tommaso Ciampa defeated Harlem Bravo. Eddie Edwards beat Kyle O'Reilly. The Briscoes beat the Young Bucks. Jay Lethal beat Roderick Strong in a proving ground match, which basically means if he made Roderick Strong made the 15 minutes, he had a title shot. The world's greatest tag team beat the All Night Express to retain the tag titles, and Davey Richards defeated El Generico to retain the Ring of Honor title. That's it.
Davey Richards.
Davey Richards.
Is that Stevie Richards in a different name, or?
No, it is not. How dare you disrespect Davey Richards like that?
Who?
Davey Richards is like one of the stiffest guys ever.
Stiffest? So you've touched his package before?
You know what stiffest is. Alright, he's one of the guys who works stiff. You homo.
Oh my...
That's kind
God
of pretty
damn it.
harsh.
Alright,
I bet you're stiff when you watch him.
I'll give you that one. He hits people really rough. Never mind. I'm muting my mic.
Oh my god.
I'm muting my mic. I'm not coming back.
Wow.
I hate all of you so much. I hate all of you.
You should have worded it different before you said it, just saying.
He tried about 3 different times.
How am I supposed to word it?
Okay, wait, what happened?
I could have said he hit people really hard,
He
and
hit
you all laughed at that
stiffly.
too.
How about that?
You know how somebody works stiff in wrestling where they hit you like for real? No, I'm being serious.
I know what stiff means. Yeah.
Like when they,
That's what I meant.
like, they get stiff in their pants?
Oh my god, you're queer. Yeah, yes, Greg, when they get a boner in the ring. I know you're into that kind of thing, but
Like Edge when he was doing that live sex show with Lito?
now.
And he popped his peeper?
I think everybody got a boner during that segment. But then again, that was Lita, so...
Alright, I'm done with the results.
Why?
You still stiff?
Here,
Yes,
we're
I
gonna
am.
do a break, and then we're gonna come back with the Survivor Series results. Be right back with you guys.
I look up and see my name in lights. All the people coming here tonight. Everybody's gonna have big fun. I got my guitar and microphone. On the stage is where
11D.
And welcome back, everybody. We're gonna do the Survivor Series results. Just finished like 2 hours ago. We start out with Johnny Laurinaitis coming out, introducing himself without saying that he is the Executive Vice President of Talent Relations or the General Manager of Raw, and saying that
Yeah,
this is his,
so he must have been sick or something.
yeah, he must have been, something must have been wrong with him. Well, he was pretty happy because this was his 10th anniversary of being with the WWE. He tells
Yay.
everybody to enjoy themselves and walks off.
Enjoy them shells.
And shut up, Mr. Stiff. Whatever.
Greg, you just ruined it. You ruined it, Greg.
We start out with the WWE United States title match with John Morrison and Dolph Ziggler,
Stop typing.
which was... Who is typing? Jimmy?
Not me.
Okay. It is John Morrison versus Dolph Ziggler, which ended up being a pretty good match.
Yeah, but they've always been able to work.
Yeah, that's true.
And John Morrison actually has the crowd behind him, too. So, I mean, even though he was in the doghouse from Melina, he can still draw.
And what a crowd that was.
Yeah, right. No one was cheering for him. It was all Zack Ryder.
It was the crowd. Every 2-3 minutes, it was "We Want Ryder's" chants.
Dude, no, they chanted Daniel Bryan for like a good majority of that match.
No, it was all Ryder. It was.
There wasn't
all
any,
Ryder.
I didn't hear...
Daniel Bryan chants until the Henry
Yeah.
match.
Yeah.
No, there was a Daniel Bryan chant way before the Henry match.
No, there wasn't.
Apparently,
Yeah, there
was.
There was
Yeah,
a
there
boring.
was.
There was a boring chant that happened when Ziggler takes Morrison to the corner and works him over as a boring chant starts up. and then it just went back doing pretty good. What happened after the match was Dolph Ziggler wins the match, and a "We Want Ryder" chant brings back up, and then Ryder music hits. Ryder runs to the ring, gets beaten by Ziggler, but Ryder returns the beating, does a punch of Ziggler. I was getting flashbacks from like the Attitude Era for some reason. Ryder hits the Rough Rider, sends Ziggler fleeing from the ring. Ryder gets the crowd to fist pump with him before heading to the back.
That pop was probably the second biggest pop of the night.
Yeah. If not the biggest.
What was the biggest?
The Rock when he came out.
You mean even bigger than CM Punk's pop?
Yeah. It was basically
Because
Rock.
CM Punk was pretty over.
No, The Rock was going to be the biggest pop of the night.
It was probably third behind CM Punk when he won it.
Okay, we'll go to the Lumberjill match with the WWE Divas title. Eve Torres and Beth Phoenix. This was, not an okay match.
The
There was
I've
nothing.
seen in years.
Nothing was bad in the match. But again, nothing was good in the match until the end.
What?
Yes, it was okay, Hunter. I'm comparing these matches to recent Divas matches, and
The only thing
there's been terrible Divas matches. This was an okay. Nothing good happened in the match, and nothing bad.
They have a
happened
good
either.
chemistry together.
the only thing that was worth mentioning in that match was the ending.
The ending looked
The ending, yes.
vicious. Beth was gonna hit went to the top rope with Eve and hits the Gland Slam from the top rope.
Super Glam Slam.
A super Gland Slam. That looked terrible.
Yeah, that's the only thing worth mentioning in that match.
Yeah. That's why I said
Beth-
nothing good
Beth
and nothing
looked
bad.
like she landed wrong, actually.
Yeah, she hurt her leg.
That's why they were crouching down in the ring.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't able to stand for those first few seconds.
Anyways, Beth wins that match. Punk's backstage and David Otunga walks in saying that Punk needs to go and apologize to Cole tonight before he beats Del Rio. Punk says he'll think about it after he beats Del Rio.
You have no idea how much I wanted to punch David Otunga through the TV screen.
We all want to punch David Otunga.
No, I want to punch him to where his jaw does not realign and he cannot speak for the rest of his life.
You are a bad person.
No, I told you, I hate trash. He is trash. I feel sorry for Jennifer Hudson.
Whatever. The Rock is backstage, dressed to wrestle, holding a microphone.
Oh, for his 45-minute promo?
Again, it's the same shit that he's been talking about, and I'm not even going to talk about it. Team Orin versus Team Barrett. The only thing that really, it was again a pretty good match. One thing to mention is that Sin Cara did botch and fucked up something. It's actually just been announced that
Actually, what I read was
Sin Cara to be sidelined for several
You just
months.
cut off Mike Dick.
I know. What I read, I'm gonna cut him off. What I read was he tore a patella tendon when he got the reason why he screwed up is because he tore his tendon getting ready to do his jump onto Unico.
Yeah.
That's why he screwed up.
And then he'll be sidelined for 6 to 9 months following surgery.
So it wasn't his fault. He got hurt before he jumped.
Yeah, okay.
So no Botchkara for a couple of months.
It wasn't really a botch. It was an injury.
No,
that
we'll
led
still
to-
have a Sin Cara. We'll have Epico dress up as him.
Epico's actually not botched, though.
No, we'll have Epico dress up as Sin Cara. While Sin
Epico
Cara-
is actually good. He's decent in the matches I've seen him in.
Yeah, he's decent in the matches
You're
that
not
nobody
getting
can see him in.
Epico.
And Epico would not dress up as Sin Cara, because then they would have to explain what happened to Epico.
And it ended up being the winners of the Survivor Series match was the sole survivors were Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes.
Who wore knee pads tonight?
And what happened was Barrett charges, but Orton catches him with a backbreaker. Orton hits an RKO on Rhodes. Barrett grabs Orton and hits the wasteland for the pin and the win. Backstage with Del Rio talking to the Bella Twins again.
Yay.
And they mentioned that the Wall Street, the Occupy Wall Street, by saying Punk should be sleeping on the sidewalk on Wall Street.
No, he said the side way.
He said side.
Well, yeah, I said sideway, but
Where's Leonad to defend his...
Mexican. Where has been Leonid?
I don't know, but he deleted his Facebook.
He was
I
hacked.
saw that in my messages. He's
Whatever.
no longer there. But continue.
Anyways, World Heavyweight title match: Big Show and Henry. Which
I just want to point out before you do the recap, they did at least 6 different chants during this match.
yes, they did, and I'll talk about this chant. One chant they did was boring. They chanted boring because it's two very heavy dudes. They can't really do much, and
Slow
I
in the
wasn't
ring.
surprised that they started chanting that. Then they started chanting Undertaker. And then from no apparent reason, they chanted Randy Savage when Big Show hits the flying elbow from the top. They chant HBK when Big Show does a super kick on Henry. That looks sick.
That didn't look good. That looked shitty.
It
That
was
looked good.
rope-assisted.
Anyways,
They also chanted we want it.
Henry runs and tackles Show through the fan barrier as the crowd chants "Holy shit!"
They also chanted we want Ryder in that match.
Yeah.
Okay. No, they also chanted D-Bry after the match,
Yeah, because they wanted him to cash in his contract.
and they chanted his name during the match as well. From what
I
I
thought they
remember.
chanted D'Lo Brown for some reason.
They chanted D'Lo Brown in one match. I can't remember though.
I think it was that match because there was some dude that in the crowd that was doing the D-Lo taunt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Somewhere they chanted D'Lo Brown, and I was cracking my head up. That was an adult crowd. You knew that was an adult crowd.
Well, of
New York
course,
always
it's
has
Madison-
intelligent crowds.
It's Madison Square Garden. What do
Yeah.
you expect?
And we'll talk about how we'll talk about a promo that The Rock put on
Do we have
after.
to?
Yes, it was. I heard it was pretty funny. It was a non-PG promo from The Rock after the show. The title match between CM Punk versus Del Rio. Another pretty good match. Solid.
Yeah.
And our winner. And the new WWE Champion.
You forgot to mention CM Punk had his own ring announcer tonight.
Yes. I
Howard
actually missed the Fink introduced Punk, and I have to go watch that on YouTube. The
Dude,
Fink,
he was crying.
Why?
They were
He was
chanting his
top.
name.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was awesome.
The chant got to him so bad he started to cry.
That's
You had to be there to witness it.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it because I was actually getting something to drink from.
And when he was started the introduction, you could see his lip quivering.
Hmm.
Oh, that's
You could
great.
you could tell he was blown back by the support he was getting.
It's too
The
bad he
Fiend-
doesn't announce anymore.
The Fink introduces Punk, and out he comes with a big paw from New York City, and Punk becomes a new champion, which is great, absolutely great. We also get hype for a new Steve Austin DVD, which I'm gonna be watching. That's for damn
Comes
sure.
out in 2 weeks. Buy it.
That's also the final Steve Austin DVD they're making.
I'm
And
gonna-
heard that.
it's TV-14.
I heard that a few months ago. That's the last Steve Austin DVD they're putting
It's
out.
TV-14, so it should be good. So go get it.
Unless he returns for like one more run, and they have to put that in.
Yeah, they're not going to.
Nope.
I don't know. I would never deny
They wouldn't.
anything.
They wouldn't make a DVD on one run.
Well, they did it with DX. When DX returned, they made an entire. It's called
That's
DX:
'cause-
The Last Stand, and they did an entire
It's
DVD.
because
without
DX
it.
barely got anything. Movie-wise, DVD. wise.
The Miz and R-Truth versus The Rock and Cena. The Rock starts out the match, is in it for a couple of minutes, and then Cena takes control of the entire match.
Oh, by the way, Cena was booed heavily.
Yes, he was
Heavily.
He if there wasn't a barrier, the fans would have thrown him out of the arena.
Thrown.
Anyway, Cena was in the match throughout the entire time. Probably just because they didn't want The Rock to wrestle. They didn't want to hurt. Probably.
I do want to point out one chant cracked me up. After Cena did something, they chanted at him, "You still suck."
Yes.
Yeah, they started
It was
chanting.
after the monkey flip, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't remember, but that was the greatest chant ever.
Yeah, they started chanting, "You can't wrestle," and then the second he pulls out a couple of chain wrestling moves, they say, "You still suck."
Yeah, it was really funny.
And then The Rock comes back in. Rock unloads on Truth and nails The Rock bottom. Rock drops the Miz with the right hand.
You mean
and the
the
plastic
most
sharpshooter.
electrifying move in sports entertainment?
And then-
Yeah, a running elbow drop.
And then he pops the people's elbow on the Miz for the win.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
never hit R-Truth with an elbow.
No, he hit the Miz with the elbow.
Yeah,
He said he hit someone else with it.
He hit R-Truth with the rock bottom.
Yeah, he hit
Yeah.
R-Truth with the Rock
Greg
bottom.
said that.
I thought he
Which was-
said people's
Guys,
elbow.
Greg didn't mess up this time, alright? Don't...
You're trying to find ways that I messed up. I didn't mess up, people.
And that rock bottom looked extremely ugly from the angle I seen.
Nope, I liked it.
And that's good. You like everything, so what does it matter?
Anyways,
don't.
after the match, The Rock, Cena, Cena's applauding The Rock. The Rock doesn't like it. They start, going for the fans. Cena's cracking up when he tries posing. He was laughing his head off because, all the boos that he got. And
He
then,
didn't put effort into it anyway, so...
Yeah, he didn't put effort because everybody was booing him. He knew that if he ever put effort in it, they were just going to still boo him. So he was just like, oh, yeah. Anyways, he hits him with the Rock bottom, and the Survivor Series goes off air.
I just want to say about that match that that Rock had no rust at all.
Oh, no, yeah, The Rock was on top of his game.
Yeah,
I
he
was
looked good.
Really surprised.
Yeah, he was doing Mexican stuff.
Mexican stuff.
Before I talk about The Rock's promo afterwards, what'd you guys give that pay-per-view? I'm going to go around. Strike, you go first. What'd you give it?
What's the
I gave
rating
it a
based on?
7.
1 through 10. How good was the pay-per-view?
Okay.
I gave it a 7.
Give it a 7. Jimmy.
Jimmy isn't
Jimmy's
here.
cutting.
I think
Jimmy
Jimmy's
currently is
busy right
away. Jonesy. What'd you give the pay-per-view?
8.5.
8.5? Alright, Mike, what'd you give the pay-per-view?
I'll give it a 7.5 for the Ziggler match. I hear feedback again.
Yeah, I do too.
The Ziggler
Me too.
match, the CM Punk match, I would give it an 8, but Daniel Bryan didn't cash in after Mark Henry got his ankle broken.
That's
Yeah,
because
I
you
know.
want a cheap. That's
And
because
he's-
you want a cheap cash in instead of a gradual build up to WrestleMania.
No, I want a surprise build-in. I'll cash in. I want to see him
That's-
actually do it. WrestleMania is too predictable. He can
But-
cash in and lose.
Yes, because
Okay.
a WrestleMania
And Hunter,
cash.
what do you give the
doesn't-
I give it an 8.8.
8.8? I would give it a good 8.5 as well. I think we'll leave it off saying the pay-per-view was good 8. And now I just want to talk about The Rock gives a non-PG speech following the Survivor Series pay-per-view.
Was this on air or
Off air.
Off
Okay.
there.
I'm just gonna read what's in front of me. Not only did The Rock score the pin over R-Truth in the tag bout against the Awesome Truth at Survivor Series, but he nailed his WrestleMania opponent John Cena with the Rock Bottom after the match. He then spoke to Madison Square Garden audience following the pay-per-view broadcast. He started off with a speech saying, "Can The Rock get some water? Jesus Christ." The Rock told a ringside attendant, "You better give The Rock some water or I'll kick your monkey ass." A loud chant then broke out halfway, with half the crowd chanting, "You still got it," while the other half says, "Welcome back." The Rock told the audience to make up their damn minds. He then addressed one half of the crowd saying, as far as You still got it. Shit, I've always had it. A "We Want Ryder" chant then broke out, and The Rock says, "Yeah, I love him, but I can't believe how tall that son of a bitch is." Then, then a fan in the crowd yelled, "Are you gonna cry?" And The Rock responded, "Hell no! I'll put boots in people's asses before I cry." There must be some good weed in New York City for people to ask if The Rock's gonna cry. The Rock continues speaking, saying that he came to entertain the fans tonight. He thanks all of them and says tonight was the greatest night in the history of his WWE career.
Yeah, right.
He says tonight is only the beginning, and the money isn't that bad either. The Rock thanks the fans once again and says goodnight. He spent a lot of time shaking hands around the ringside, including the announcers in attendance.
Cool.
That was the speech.
Huh.
So he made a little joke at the money that he's getting from WWE from this entire thing. But yeah,
I bet he is.
but so what do you guys want to do? You want to do a rant segment right now? What do you guys want to talk about?
Nah, if we do a rant segment, it'll be all around you, so...
What do you mean all around me?
Based
There's a
on how
rant
much
about you.
suck.
Well, what do you guys? Any topics you want to talk about more about The Rock?
If you want to do a rant segment, go ahead.
What do you want to talk more about The Rock?
Yeah, let's talk
Well, I
about
don't really have anything to rant about.
God, I would have picked up something if I would have remembered that we had a podcast tonight.
That's how I
Okay.
host people.
We, I was actually thinking of something that we could talk about. We could talk about they finally announced everybody who's going to be in WWE 12.
No one cares about that.
I do.
what? The most
Yeah, that's
anticipated.
been announced for like
It
a
was-
couple weeks.
The most anticipated wrestling game of all time, and nobody cares.
Yeah, I
We're
don't
going to
care
do video
about
game
it.
talk right now.
I don't want to talk about video games.
This isn't for
Yay!
free.
Randy Savage was finally...
No.
Can we talk about how bad
Savage
the
was
Minnesota Vikings
finally
suck?
announced.
How
Shut
about
up.
those Oh my god, those Orioles are just great, huh?
It's not baseball season, douchebag.
Oh, how about your hockey team? Oh wait, you don't have one.
How about your football team? Oh wait, they can't even win their way out of wet paper bag.
Hey, you only have two sports
The,
teams.
the Oakland
Your
Raiders
teams,
beat the
yeah,
Vikings.
two sports teams.
The
You actually
Oakland
suck.
Raiders. The Oakland
Can't
Raiders.
support 4 teams.
I'm willing to stop the podcast right now and kick both of you out of the podcast.
You do
Hey, you
that,
wanted to talk
and
about-
oh,
Yeah.
Do it.
you
Do that, you lose your 2 most credible sources for wrestling info.
Incredible.
You do that, and I lead the call and delete Skype.
Damn.
Damn,
Delete
burn.
stuff.
And then you'll have nobody to host a podcast when you go on vacation.
Or when you
And
just don't
all
do it.
We'll have Lee host the podcast.
You're
Yeah.
fired.
It'll be all in Spanish.
Yeah, we're gonna...
It's still better than you.
Yeah.
Anyways, Randy Savage was announced for WWE 12.
Oh, that's old.
Yeah, he was-
Actually,
The entire roster was leaked about a couple weeks ago, so...
Well, I didn't even know that.
So Greg, how about The Rock?
Fuck The Rock.
Why do you hate him so much?
Because he hasn't done shit.
Because you're a commie.
Yep.
Stop being a
Because The Rock likes apple pie. And
The Rock's like,
that means
pie.
he's American.
Do you like pie, Greg?
I actually do like pie.
Do you like...
just...
You don't like apple pie, you communist.
You like The
Like-
Rock's strudel pie?
Greg likes the strudel.
I do like strudel.
You like borscht pie because you're a communist.
Okay, Strike.
Yeah.
Go take
That's
your
all-
pills now.
Yeah, right there.
Thanks,
I
Jimmy.
think we need to end this show with a flop popper botch.
No, we got to do the news segment.
Yeah,
yet.
we have a new segment.
Oh, are you kidding me? We're actually doing the news?
Come
No,
on.
if you're gonna add a new segment, just add the questions
It's
to the
gonna be
news
like
section.
3
That's
hours.
what it's supposed to add.
Be 3
Dude,
hours. Jesus.
First,
We got
if
like-
you guys stop fucking complaining, we can do the news segment really quickly. First
No.
news
What news
topic.
was there? You just fucking did news. Shit.
John Morrison takes shot at John Cena over support of Zack
No one
Ryder.
cares about that.
Shut up, Hunter.
John Morrison is pissed that John Cena is giving support to Zack Ryder.
Sweet.
He says, Cena says, follow Zack Ryder. No disrespect to Morrison, but Zack Ryder deserves that match at Madison Square Garden.
Which he
Morrison then replies, you should know better than anybody. Someone deserves got nothing to do with it. Sometimes deserves don't got nothing to do with it. And then he later says, no disrespect, Cena, but if you really think Zack deserves a match at Madison Square Garden, all you need to do is text your buddy John Laurinaitis and he'll get one.
Ooh, burn.
No.
Next news.
Matt Hardy is still in jail following arrest, and his girlfriend says she's not bailing him out.
Good.
No, you
surprise
forgot
there.
you forgot the big part of it. Matt Hardy left rehab.
Yeah.
He blew higher than a 0 or something in there.
It was the ghost's fault. It set him up.
Yeah, he said he had mouthwash, and that screwed it up, but...
The ghost framed him.
Right.
Yep.
It was in the grapes.
He had
Yeah.
wine. Yeah.
He had, like, a month-old grapes.
Technically, mouthwash has some kind of chemical that probably could have him fail something.
But no, it was like a drastic. It wasn't like... .002.
Yeah, but technically mouthwash could, because it's got some kind of chemical in it.
Well, unless he was drinking it, he probably wouldn't get that high.
He would have drank mouthwash anyway.
It would burn, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
It
it
would
would.
probably kill you, since that's more or less pure alcohol.
Okay, so what's next? RVD?
Oh yeah, RVD wanted to go back to WWE.
He's considering it.
He's considering it. He's not saying, but I think it would be
He's
pretty
strongly considering it.
That's the
strongly
only thing that
cons-
really...
Strongly considering basically means if
He
given the
wants to
chance,
come back.
if given the chance, he wants to go back.
Which
He's
is...
he's not going, do I want to? He's going, yeah, I want to.
TNA hasn't really used him right over the past year anyways.
He should go back so he can feud with CM Punk.
That's what I was saying. Punk and Van Dam would be an awesome feud.
See, RVD can feud with
Hey
him.
man, at least I haven't been arrested for dope.
Him, Evan Bourne, Daniel Bryan.
He's
would all
been
be
better of late, though, Strike.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Next is Vince McMahon is thinking about getting a Twitter account.
That's not news, come
He
on.
has been obsessed with Twitter, which is
Oh
the
no,
result
really?
of Twitter getting that of WWE getting that new site running that you could see everything every time WWE is mentioned
No chance.
over Facebook and Twitter, which would probably
Who
get us.
cares?
No, yeah, but
I
That's
think
stupid.
that new site is. I think it's you get to read the WWE people's tweets as they're doing them,
yeah.
like backstage on the shows or whatever. That's what that is.
That's
And
stupid.
Hornswoggle the feud with Mini Wrestler.
I feel bad for
Aw,
them in the
man.
wrestler.
WWE officials have discussed acquiring a Mini Wrestler to feud with Hornswoggle in 2012. Masquerita Dorado, or Masquerado. I think it's Masquerito.
They should just bring back Eugene. That'd be like a fair fight. Hornswoggle versus Eugene.
I want Eugene to return.
One of the top mini wrestlers in Mexico is under consideration for the role. If you guys haven't seen Masquerita Dorado, he's pretty interesting to watch. But the only reason why he's so good is that he's so small that other people could just twirl him around in his arms, and then he just connects a move afterwards.
Which one
That's-
is the guy that dressed up in the gorilla suit? Like,
That guy?
The one that gets dropped. Remember the YouTube video where the little guy's in the gorilla suit gets drop kicked?
yeah, and then he like flips.
They need to bring him in.
Yeah.
Okay, is that it for news or what?
Jesse Neal got released.
Oh yeah, Jesse
Who?
Neal did get released from TNA, and also WWE's very big announcement concerning the cable network. And apparently, according to a source within WWE corporate headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut, the very big announcement is that WrestleMania 28 will be broadcast live. The cable television network is expected to be launched on April 1st, the day of WrestleMania.
That's pretty cool.
So maybe we will have WrestleMania on the new network, is what I'm hearing.
That'll probably be the only way to order it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, they were talking about only having the 4 big pay-per-views on that network.
Oh well, I don't even pay for them, so I don't really care.
Yeah, but the streams are going to go downhill because nobody's going to pay a subscription.
Yeah,
Just
true
expensive
that.
reviews.
WWE has bought extensive amount of office space in Norwalk and Stamford, Connecticut, to employ over 200 employees for the cable and television network. They also spent money on trailers so employees could work on digitalizing their vast tape library. WWE has approximately 100,000 hours of footage in their tape library, with 30,000 hours currently digitalized.
So basically, it's going to be a lot of wrestling.
A lot.
I can even see my ancestor superstar Billy Graham wrestle.
No.
Shut up.
He's my dad's uncle.
No, he's
Shut up.
not.
I swear to God.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No,
I've met him
he's-
before.
You bring
No,
proof,
he's
Hunter.
not.
Prove it.
You prove it.
I
Shut
will.
the fuck out.
If we don't see pictures in the next week, you're screwed.
You're off the podcast.
You're off the podcast,
Okay.
exactly.
I don't think he cares about that.
Yeah, I don't really care.
So why are you gonna force him to leave if he doesn't?
You'll be kicked out of the Skype.
No.
We'll force you to be part of this section.
Yeah, you want to force him to be on it, not force him off.
We can't force him to do anything because he's on the other end of the internet.
And I could call him a homo for 2 hours.
Yeah, we could just
You only
dedicate
have 2
all-
sports teams, so you can go suck a dick.
And you have a crappy football team.
Yeah, we could just
Here
dedicate a
we
whole
go.
podcast to how bad Hunter is.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't
Me and Mike are actually best friends.
Why can't the Minnesota Vikings beat the Oakland Raiders?
I don't know.
Because the Oakland Raiders are
Fuck up.
awesome, and you can't beat them.
All right, well, what do we got next?
We're gonna do our
Pop botch.
we're gonna do our fave 5,
No.
Where we
Is that
pick-
replacing?
where we pick our fave 5 for the week.
With the
This
pick
is
our
such a
dogs.
rip-off. I feel dirty for doing this.
Gotta pick
Go
our
ahead, go
dogs.
take a shower.
Who are your favorite divas / knockout / TNA superstars or WWE superstars or SE whatever of the week? Who wants to go
Okay,
first?
I'll go first. First
Go ahead.
off is Madison Rain. She's my number 5. 4 is
Wait, why is she your number 5?
because she's sexy as fuck.
Damn right. Okay.
Who?
4th is not AJ, because AJ's a slutty 12-year-old chick. But it's fucking Lita. 3 is Trish Stratus. 2 is I don't even give a shit. Okay, yeah.
Okay, we just heard Hunter's porno list, so
What? China's not in there?
yeah.
Throw China in there.
You're not
That's a
watching-
man.
You're not watching China.
No.
Anyway,
Hey,
I'll
I'll go next.
okay.
You gonna interrupt me again?
No, go please.
Oh my god! I'm gonna
Wait,
take this
what?
as long as possible.
Wait, what?
All right, my number
Wait,
5
what?
is shut up. My number 5 is Bobby Roode.
What are you
What number-
talking about? This is divas. He said divas.
No, he said all of them.
No,
he
he
said,
said
oh, we gotta do divas.
No, I said pick anybody.
what? I thought you said divas.
No.
You know I'm not gonna pick just divas.
Oh, crap.
Oh,
wrong
I want
with
to do
you?
my Fave 5 over again.
It's too late.
I
You gotta
told
wait
you
now.
to pick your favorite. Your
You said
favorite
divas and
superstars.
knockouts.
No, I said to pick your favorite knockouts, divas, superstars, anybody
I didn't hear
that you
you.
thought did good this week. You just start naming off people out of like the blue.
All right, I'm going to go since
Nope, I'm going.
too late.
My 5 is Jeff Hardy.
Oh, you're serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Serious business. 4 is Rude. 3 is Dolph Ziggler. No, he's number 2. 3 is Daniel Bryan, and 1 is CM Punk.
Alright, can I go now?
Yes, Mike.
No, it's Jonesy's turn.
No, it's my turn. Shut your face.
I gotta think of a list here. Go ahead.
Alright, mine is at 5 is Alberto Del Rio. 4 is Daniel Bryan. 3 is CM Punk. 2 is Davey Richards. And 1 is the Oakland Raiders.
Dude, I'm telling you they're doing good. I don't know.
I'm just scrolling 100. I can listen about the Raiders.
I gave up on the Vikings already. I don't give a shit about them.
Okay, who's next?
Okay, I'll go. My number 5 will have to go for Zack Ryder. For that awesome pop he got at Survivor Series. Number 4 will have to go with AJ. Because she's
Oh, you
AJ.
homo.
Number 3, Daniel Bryan. Because he's Daniel Bryan. Number 2, I'm going to have to go with...
AJ?
I already went with AJ.
AJ's butt.
Yeah, AJ... she has a nice butt, though.
She is 12.
She has no butt.
Well,
What's your number 2?
Mine-
AJ's flat chest.
Hey, she doesn't have a flat chest, actually.
Oh my god.
of course you would know that, you sick fuck.
Number 2 would have to be... I would have to give it to Dolph Ziggler because he was doing awesome for his second pay-per-view. He had to do double duty. And number 1 is Punk. I'm glad to see him as champion again. Okay, who wants to go next?
Oh, Mike, I forgot to add. I
don't
have
care.
a tie at number 1. It's The Rock and CM Punk.
Okay, I don't care. You already had your
Well,
chance.
I'll try to make a list here. Number 5, Beth Phoenix for that awesome glam slam. Number 4, Deidre. Number 3, Zack Ryder. Number 2, The Rock because fuck you. And number 1 is CM Punk.
Alright, Strike's next.
My top 5 would be number 5. I haven't been thinking about this.
Neither have
I guess I would say Zack Ryder because he got the 3rd highest pop of the night. At least top 3 anyway. So at a pay-per-view, that's pretty good. 4 would be I guess Daniel Bryan because they're going to build him up to be the anti-Mark Henry, I guess. Which I hope that's going to be the WrestleMania match. Because
Yeah, that would be pretty good.
I don't want Daniel
this
Bryan.
is my
versus
top 5, Greg. You shut up.
Mark.
And have him team up with AJ? Oh.
Shut up. This is mine. Anyways, top 3 would be... Well, that would be The Rock, since he obviously still has it. 2 would be Madison Square Garden, because their crowd is awesome.
Oh, I should have...
Of course,
Well,
it's always awesome.
Well, you're a whore. You didn't put it. And my number 1 would be Maurice.
Strike.
Of course.
Just click on the picture I just sent you.
Are you really still butthurt over that?
I don't think I want to.
No, it's Alicia Fox is grabbing Maurice's boob.
Oh, I wish I
Wants
was
to see
Maurice.
Alicia Fox's hand.
Click.
It's Jillian. I'm going to describe the picture to all our viewers, listeners.
No, we don't want to see it.
It's Alicia Fox is grabbing Maurice's boob with
Yeah, I
the
wish I was
Bella
Alicia
twins,
Fox.
Eve Torres, and Jillian Hall all in the shower.
Oh. That's not PG.
It's
It's not PG at all.
not, I know.
I wish I was Alicia Fox.
You wish you were Maurice.
You would.
So, Botch, pop, and flop.
No, Jimmy hasn't done his. Jimmy.
Yeah. Top 5, I guess, would be Zack Ryder, because he's coming up in the world. So that's 5. 4. Fuck me. I don't know. 4. 4 is just number 4. 3. I guess I'll actually give it to John Cena, because
What?
he's there somewhere.
How
So I'll
dare
put him in
you?
the top 3.
Leave
Deal
this
with it.
podcast.
Oh, I'm happy. I would be happy to, but let me finish first. 2 would be Cody Rhodes. Oh, he's been impressive so far. And this week I'd say 1 would go to The Rock, just because he's The Rock.
All right, now we will go with the pop, flop, and botch segment to end our podcast. I'll start first. My big pop of the week has to go to Daniel Bryan because they're actually doing something with him, and I'm happy that he's getting a bigger push than Randy Orton. The fact of the matter that they are planning to do something with Daniel Bryan in the coming months, and that he's putting in the rivalry with Big Show and Henry. it's making
That
me
must really
happy.
just give you a boner, Greg.
Well, AJ gives me a boner, but...
You
You
pedophile.
pedophile.
But the fact that Orton isn't in the picture on SmackDown, I'm hoping they make Orton heel and have him face Sheamus. I think that would be interesting if they want to give something to do with Orton. But okay, my flop of the week has to go with Christian. The fact that he's now injured and probably out for a little bit, and I don't get to see him. He's one of my favorite wrestlers, and I'm sorry that he is injured. And yeah, and my botch goes to Sin Cara for fucking us over. Anyway, who wants to go next?
I'll go next. So what's the order? Pop, flop, botch?
Yes.
My pop goes to The Rock, since after 7 years of inactivity, basically, 1 dark match and 1 actual match, he's already at 100% more or less, and that's pretty impressive.
What was the dark match?
But again, he didn't have that much ring time.
That's why it's so impressive.
What was
Yeah,
this dark match?
Monday night.
Against
Who'd he face?
I don't know. Be right back. I forgot.
It was a 6-man tag. It was Rock, Ryder, Cena versus Henry, and Awesome Truth.
Mm.
I think Cena's team won. Ryder pinned Miz, I think.
So it was a 6-man?
Yeah,
That's what he said.
6-man. Cena, Rock, and Zack Ryder.
And if they,
Versus Awesome Truth.
and if they added 2 more people, if they could have made
Stop
that Survivor
talking.
Series.
It wouldn't be
match.
Super Survivor Series.
Alright, I'm back. My flop
You
would
done
prob-
masturbating yet?
No, it would be creative for not putting Zack Ryder into the pay-per-view.
He was in the pay-per-view.
Yeah, but he wasn't in a match for the title. And
He'll
my
get it eventually.
my botch would be, it's going to be a tie between Greg and Mike, because their performances this podcast have just been so memorable.
I won't strike the host next week.
Mike,
being-
Sir.
I won't
stop
strike
thinking
the host next week.
Stop thinking so hard.
No, I'm
Greg,
dead serious.
And Iron Man
I
match.
second that motion.
I won't strike the host next week so he can see that it's not as cracked up as it seems to be. So strike the host next week.
Yeah, I need some more respect around here. This is hard shit to do.
And after strike,
Nobody
Johnny.
respects me.
After
I'm a
strike host,
capitalist.
Jonesy's gonna host next week.
What? I thought you were saying strike.
I said strike, and then I said at the week after that, you are.
Oh.
I think we
All
should,
right, I'll take the challenge.
I think we should start taking turns on who hosts, just to see who has a harder time, a worse time with it. I stopped myself.
Harder, eh?
I think Mike knows the troubles I go through.
So next week, Strike's hosting,
I will accept the challenge.
and Jonesy's gonna host after that,
I'm digging that. Let's see if we go through with it.
and then after that, Hunter's gonna host.
Oh yeah.
No, he's never gonna.
No,
He
he's
is
gonna.
never-
That'll be the best show ever.
Yes, it
No.
will.
It'll just
He's
be
gonna-
all of us talking about ghosts.
3 weeks, he's gonna host, and then
Oh,
if Jimmy
baby.
and then if Jimmy can, he'll host, and then it'll
Jimmy's
come
not
back,
hosting shit.
and then it'll come back to Jimmy.
Jimmy's
Yeah, you
not
are.
doing shit.
Yeah, you are, buddy. Yeah, you are.
No,
In
not.
3 weeks, get ready for the best
all take-
ever.
We're all taking turns hosting this.
Best
Hunter's
ever.
never gonna. If I have
Well, you
control
keep
over this
keep saying
podcast,
no
Hunter's
host.
not touching it.
I am
Okay,
touching
let's
it,
finish this. Are we gonna finish this up?
fingering it.
Yeah, okay, that was terrible. Okay, Jonesy, finish your.
My pop is for Madison Square Garden because it's always an awesome crowd. My flop, Strike, just because. And botch is Sin Cara because now we don't get to see him botch for another 6 to 9 months.
Hunter, you go.
My pop is for Lenad not being here.
He has been here in 3 months. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
He's been in the Skype chat room.
Never mind. Okay, I guess my pop is... Big Show got kicked in the nuts, so that was kind of funny.
Okay.
Okay, so,
Which was the best ending to a match ever. Or
the flop... What is it? Pop flop?
Botch.
botch.
Watch. Okay, my flop is Mike with his stiffy.
That you keep thinking about.
Stiff.
You're the one who keeps thinking about it. So I don't know
that
why.
funny. Okay, so and my flop is Jason Carr.
I'm leaving.
Keep it stiff for that.
No, don't leave. You're gonna ruin the call.
I don't care.
Okay, Jimmy, go. What's your pop flop and much?
Stiff.
It's gonna be kind of hard to follow up.
I quit.
We are terrible people.
I quit.
Just go Jim, before we were here all night.
I
Oh,
quit.
shit.
Oh my god. Okay, Jimmy, go.
Let's see, I guess be serious for a moment. Just for a moment.
All right, Lance Storm.
Alright, let's see, my pop would be, this pay-per-view, because it's actually pretty good. My flop for the week would be, yeah, I can't keep it serious. Mike, you're the flop for the week, I'm sorry.
Bite me.
And then my botch of the week was Sin Cara. He botched so bad that he injured himself. Good job.
Oh, and I'm changing my pop. My pop goes to R-Truth after his promo that he went through in Survivor Series.
That was a pretty good promo.
Hey, Pigeons.
Pigeons. Pigeons don't say anything.
Hey, Pigeons. Your crap is gonna get gut.
All right, I'm going.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
I didn't
Mike's
even do
gone.
mine yet.
Mike,
I thought
Mike,
you were-
step it up, bro. Come on now.
Thanks for listening.
My pop goes to the people who are not listening to this podcast. and my flop and botch go to these 4 trolls. They won't get
4?
off my kit.
There's 4.
Jimmy,
Get off your what?
Strike. Oh my god. End the call. End the call.
Damn, you just twice. Good job.
End the call. End it.
You're terrible at counting.
End it.
One
Hey,
troll.
finish.
Two
I'm
trolls.
crying. Oh my god.
Trolls.
Oh my
Four
goodness.
trolls.
Congratulations, bro.
End it.
Finish
I feel
it
like
up,
I feel like crying. No.
Finish
End
it.
it. End it. All right. To the 5 of you, I hate you all so much. I hate you all.
I thought you hated me more than everyone.
I hate you all equal. I hate you all equally.
Come on.
Oh god. Oh
Don't
god.
you hate me more?
No.
I
hate
love
you.
you.
I hate you all equally.
Why can't we be friends?
You are
Why
my flop
can't
and botch
we
for the
be
next 3
friends?
weeks. So next week
You love us.
I
Otherwise
only have
you're
a-
gonna keep coming.
What's your botch?
you guys,
You should put
Hit
yourself
flop
there.
and botch. Come on now.
you are the flop and the botch.
Wait, Jonesy, what'd you say?
What?
I heard you
Huh?
say something.
I said he still. I said he didn't like us. He wouldn't be here.
No, he said if I didn't I wouldn't love you guys if I didn't stop coming. That's what he said.
Oh, that.
Okay.
Are we done?
Innuendo.
Oh, are you?
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this week of the Arc of Wrestling podcast.
I'm boycotting next week.
And remember,
Don't be a
pigeons
stiff
don't
ass.
speak.
Stiffen up a bit.
Don't be stiff in the ring. You lose.
Expect a lot of boner
Don't be a
jokes.
hard ass.
Expect a lot of boner jokes in the next coming weeks towards Mike.
You've earned
I will not be here for those 3 weeks either. That's
Yeah,
I'll point that out.
Man.
Oh,
Hold
yeah.
on to yourself. You'll be here.
Oh, by the way,
You want to see us fail? You want to see us fail?
Strike is hosting next week, so get ready for that.
I never
Maybe.
agreed to that.
I don't care what you agree to.
Oh,
You're
are
gonna
the-
be here next week, Mike. You're gonna be here
What?
next week, or we're gonna make a soundbite out of you. Okay?
I'm going back and listening to this fucking podcast.
Strike is hosting next week.
We'll see.
Like I said, you're gonna
Thank
be here
you.
next week, or else you're gonna be.
The podcast is no longer safe.
Strike is host. I'm telling you, Strike is hosting next week.
That'd be
We'll-
interesting.
All right.
We'll see.
I want to see what kind of a job he does.
We'll
Oh,
see.
so that means you are gonna be here next week. Then there you go.
I don't have to talk. I can just mute my mic.
Okay, there you go. As long as you're here, you gotta be here in spare, bro. That's it.
Yeah, I want to see how Strike does.
What about when I host?
No
I'm
one
not
likes you.
showing.
Shut up.
I agreed
I'm not
nothing to
showing
any
up
of you
today.
hosting.
I'm hosting.
Yeah, you did.
Thank
told
you,
me.
everybody, for joining us on this week episode of Arc Wrestling.
What, we're still recording?
Yes.
What?
I
I
think
thought I thought it was safe.
Wow.
Uh,
Oh
we
god.
love you.
Stay
Yo,
tuned for
Ed.
Strike hosting next week.
Bye.